What Alysa Liu just did at the Olympic Gala is absolutely shocking. 2 days after completing one of the most unbelievable comebacks in sports history and winning an Olympic gold medal, she returned to the ice in Milan one last time, and she didn't just return, she was given the absolute ultimate honor a figure skater can receive. Out of the entire field of the world's greatest athletes, she was specifically chosen as the final performer of the entire gala. Think about the magnitude of that for a second. More than 40 world-class skaters performed that night. You had the men's gold medalist throwing down massive jumps. You had the pairs champions executing death-defying lifts. You had ice dance legends moving like poetry. Literally all the medalists from every single event took their turn under the spotlight, and Alysa Liu was chosen to be the final act, the last person to carve the Olympic ice before the lights went out and everyone flew home. That is not just a polite tradition, it is a massive, booming statement of recognition. She was the one the entire world wanted to see. Close the games, but what she actually did with that massive honor completely shocked and shattered the traditional figure skating world. She did not skate to a mournful classical concerto. She did not perform a slow, weeping traditional ballad, designed to make the judges nod in polite approval. She did absolutely nothing that Olympic champions are supposed to do. Instead, the booming arena speakers kicked on, and she skated to Boys a Liar PT2 by Pink Pantheress and Ice Spice. Note, the original transcript incorrectly identified the song as Stateside by Pink Pantheress and Zara Larsson, but Alysa Liu's viral gala performance was actually to the massive hit Boys a Liar PT2. It was pure, unfiltered Gen Z music, a song that had been dominating viral trends and dominating the radio for months. Dressed in a stunning, bedazzled dark blue dress with a matching choker, she looked like an absolute princess, but she skated like she was headlining a sold-out pop concert, not wrapping up a hyper-serious sporting event. She threw down high-energy choreography. She hit flirty, sharp movements. It was a wildly fun, completely carefree performance that radiated pure joy. The entire arena, packed with tens of thousands of people, was literally dancing in their seats. This was not a stiff, serious, tear-jerking Olympic moment. This was Alysa Liu turning the highly formal Olympic Gala into a massive global celebration. And the internet went absolutely, completely wild. NBC Olympics posted the video clip, with the caption highlighting the sparkle and glow in her skate, and it exploded. It spread like absolute wildfire across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, racking up millions upon millions of views within a matter of hours. People sitting at home could not believe what they were watching. An Olympic gold medalist closing out the Winter Games to a viral Pink Pantheress track. It was not traditional figure skating music. It was not what anyone expected, but it was exactly what Alysa Liu does. Remember the context here. This is the girl who retired at just 16 years old because she deeply, painfully hated what the sport had become. She walked away from it all, and when she finally decided to come back 2 years later, she came back with one absolute, non-negotiable rule. No one tells me what to do. She demanded total creative control. She picked her own music, she designed her own edgy costumes, she chose coaches who treated her as an equal. Her coach flat out told the media that she was not here to win a medal. She was here to simply skate and enjoy her life. And then she went out and won an Olympic gold medal, doing exactly that. And she celebrated by closing the entire Olympics with the most viral, talked-about performance of the Games. But here is the part of the story that makes this completely insane. Pink Pantheress herself was actually watching, and what she did next shocked everyone. Earlier in the week, right before the gala even happened, reporter Raymond Braun sat down with Alysa and surprised her with a video. It was a direct, personal message from Pink Pantheress herself. Her exact words to the skater were, "Alysa, lots of love. Thank you so much for supporting me. I hope that you have a really good show. You are so inspiring. And when I was younger, I was obsessed with figure skaters. So you are literally living my dream. Thank you so much for the love." Our died Pink Pantheress is one of the biggest, most relevant musical artists on the planet right now, and she was looking into a camera and telling an Olympic figure skater that she was living her dream. Alysa's reaction was pure, unfiltered joy. She was completely starstruck. She immediately called Pink Pantheress her absolute favorite artist in the world, and promised right then and there that if she was invited to do the Olympic Gala, she would skate to her music. And she kept that promise. 2 days later, standing in the center of the ice, closing the absolute biggest sporting event in the world, she skated to her favorite artist's song after receiving a personal blessing from her. But the crossover didn't stop there. Ice Spice, who is featured on the massive remix, also caught wind of the performance. The internet was buzzing with two massive music stars being connected to an Olympic figure skater, performing their track at the Winter Games. This has literally never happened before in the rigid history of figure skating. Olympic champions do not typically skate to viral TikTok anthems at the closing galas, and massive pop artists do not usually actively watch and react to figure skating routines. This kind of explosive crossover between elite figure skating and modern pop culture is completely unprecedented, and Alysa is doing all of this while remaining completely, unapologetically herself. She is out there with her signature striped halo hair. She is out there with her smiley piercing showing. She is rocking a dark blue bedazzled dress, blasting Pink Pantheress through the arena speakers, and radiating pure joy on the ice. The performance itself was widely described by commentators as flirty, fun, and packed with high-energy choreography that felt absolutely nothing like traditional, rigid figure skating. And that was the whole point. She was not performing for a panel of strict judges holding clipboards. There were no technical scores to worry about. There were no medals on the line. It was just pure, unadulterated artistic freedom. She used that freedom to show the entire world exactly what figure skating looks like when you do it solely for joy, not for the crushing pressure, not for the impossible expectations of a nation, but simply because you love the feeling of the ice under your blades. The crowd loved every single second of it, and the internet simply could not stop talking about it, because what Alysa Liu did at that gala was not just meant for entertainment. It was a massive, defiant statement. 2 days before that viral gala, she won Olympic gold. She skated her free program to Donna Summer's sweeping MacArthur Park suite in a shimmering, edgy gold dress. She was out there actively smiling during the intense 6-minute warm-up, acting as if she were just at a casual weekend exhibition, while her rivals were crippled by nerves. She landed 7 flawless triple jumps and practically floated across the ice. By the time her music ended, the entire crowd was already on their feet screaming. Her free skate score was a massive 150.2. It was the highest women's score recorded anywhere in the world this season. She vaulted from 3rd place all the way to 1st, beating Japan's Kaori Sakamoto by less than 2 points in a razor-thin thriller. But the historical weight of that victory is what truly matters. She became the first American woman to win individual Olympic gold since Sarah Hughes shocked the world in Salt Lake City back in 2002. She single-handedly ended a massive 24-year drought for the United States, and she did it entirely on her own terms. This is the athlete who was so burned out, so deeply miserable, that she retired at 16 after Beijing 2022. She hated skating. She came back 2 years later with one unbreakable rule: creative control over everything. She won the 2025 World Championships doing it her way, she won Olympic gold doing it her way, and she closed the Olympics blasting Pink Pantheress doing it her way. That 24-year American drought was not just about missing out on medals, it was about an entire system of pressure and expectation that was actively breaking young athletes mentally and physically. Alysa Liu ended that drought not by quietly conforming to that toxic system, but by rejecting it outright. Then she celebrated the greatest achievement in sports by skating to Gen Z pop music in a bedazzled dress with her absolute favorite artists watching her every move. That was her ultimate statement to the world. You can win the gold medal, and you can still have fun. You can be a ruthless elite champion, and you can still be entirely yourself. The gala performance now has millions of views. Pop music fans and die-hard figure skating fans are suddenly talking to each other. This is exactly what happens when you let athletes actually be themselves, when you refuse to force them into an outdated, suffocating mold. This is what happens when pure joy becomes the ultimate goal. Alysa Liu did not just win an Olympic gold medal in Milan. She fundamentally changed what an Olympic champion is allowed to look like, what they are allowed to skate to, and exactly how they are allowed to celebrate. And she did it all with a massive smile on her face. She hated figure skating so much that she walked away completely now. She is the Olympic champion who closed the games with a viral pop anthem, with her favorite artists cheering her on, and millions of people celebrating her freedom. She proved to an entire generation that you do not need to break your soul to be a champion. You can do it with joy, and you can change the sport forever in the process.